Hello, everybody. Yes, have some podcast here with a special update episode. We're going to keep it light. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about the HasLab Ecto, where we are, where we're going, and whether or not Louis Tully is coming with us. Will Tully's terrible... I'm already having technical difficulties. That's okay. It's a Thursday. I just heard my own voice. Let's go to the intro music. Jacob, how are you?
Roads, where we're going, we don't need roads.
Exactly. Here we go.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I? Yes, have some. Yes, have some.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
What is that?
Remix.
Did you get that from John Yerkeva?
I bet he would like it.
It's on. He already has a playlist of this. I guarantee you, John has a playlist of only lo-fi versions of the Ghostbusters.
Probably. Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Lots going on in the world of Ghostbusters. It's weird. I kind of assumed, hi, everybody, coming out of Frozen Empire, that maybe, like, I don't know, we'd have some chill time. We wouldn't have to be too stressed about anything Ghostbusters related, but maybe the busiest and most exciting time ever for Ghostbusters toys. So that's why we're trying to do some more videos around it. And it's kind of a weird time, so we appreciate you being here. Jacob, how are you doing today?
I'm good. Hanging out. It's weird doing an episode on a Thursday. It feels strange. It gets my week messed up. I'm now going to be out of sync for the entire weekend.
It's okay. It's fine. It's Halloween almost, so I hope everybody's having a good October. We're not going to beat around the bush. No long housekeeping or intros tonight. We're going to get right into it and start talking about the updates for the HasLab Ecto-1. I guess I should start here. Jacob, did you back yours yet?
No. Also, I'm like, we talked about this 2 days ago. What updates has there been?
Oh, there's updates, baby. There's updates, baby. Well, actually, there was an update today, a pretty significant one. Emily from the Hasbro team put out a video that's on the Hasbro Pulse social media addressing some of the common questions that are coming in, like the decals, which is
people freaking out about those decals.
it's decal gate.
Guys, calm down.
Calm down. There was also questions about the paint. Whether or not there would be metal or plastic. They did confirm that it will be kind of a metallic silver paint on the chrome parts. And the thing I say, if you really want a die-cast metal model of the Ecto-1, it is available. It has been available. It started at Eagle Moss. It's finishing at Fan Home. It is thousands and thousands of dollars because those, die-cast, aluminum, like that, those are... more expensive pieces. They're heavier, the manufacturing, all that. So the thing I keep coming back to is this is a premium toy. It is a toy. It is a really good looking one. And we've talked about it. We've covered it a lot and we will continue to do that. So I appreciate everybody being here, hanging out, whether or not you're live or watching this after the fact. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button because we are going to have plenty of more content about all things Ghostbusters, all things spooky. I think we got a little YHS dropping next week covering some of our latest horror misgivings, Thanksgivings. Have you seen Terrifier 3 yet? Has that happened?
I have not. I really want to. Probably this weekend. My plan every day I get off work and I'm like, ooh, maybe I can make it happen. But then stuff happens. Like Craig's like, let's update about the HasLab. So
hey, listen. Listen, this is going to be quick and dirty, but we're going to have fun doing it. So, all right, let's see where we're at and take a look at how many backers we have as of right now. So it is 7:00 on Thursday night. The campaign's only been running for like 5 days. It hasn't even been a week, and pretty exciting. Well, let me actually hit the reload button there because this was from just a few minutes ago, and people are active, especially with that video they dropped on Hasbro Pulse. There's more and more people joining. So we're at 6,465. with 39 days to go. So I think
So we're over halfway.
we're over halfway. I've been tracking it. It's right now hanging out at 2 to 300 per day. If it stays on that course, it will back with plenty of time to spare. So it's trending in the right direction. Jacob, we have followed all of these HasLab projects very closely over the years. And the one thing I will say that has not happened with this one, that has happened with some of the ones that have struggled, which is after about day 3 or 4, there's that total flat line.
Yeah, they
That
just
does
die.
not, that's not happening here, which is a great sign.
Yeah, it's a steady. It's a small but steady stream. It has not flatlined on the table like others have in the past. It's looking to me with it being halfway, 5 days in, and having what did you say? Is it 39 days left?
39 days, yeah.
To me, that's a clear like this is going to fund. Like
Well,
that doesn't even seem like a question to me.
I want to point everybody to the Brian Brink charts. If you're not familiar with Brian Brink, he is one of our toy anxiety listeners, and what he does is he makes these really detailed charts that are really full of great data about the trends that are happening with these HasLab projects, and he kind of compares them against each other. So if you see on this chart here that I just reloaded, this is in real time. So 646, yeah, this I think it updates like on the hour. So
Mhm.
this is the most up to date. So by the way, we're on the Geek Dad Life website, and anybody can access this at geekdadlife.com, which is great. So if you pay attention here, I know it's a little bit small on the screen, but the red line that we're looking at here is the HasLab. Okay. That is the one that we are tracking right now. The blue line you can see it's dead even with that blue line. That is the Proton Pack HasLab. So if you look at it right now, the Proton Pack needed 7,000 to back, and that funded somewhere around day 25 or day 26. It looks like maybe a little bit earlier than that, maybe like day 21 is when the Proton Pack funded. And then it continued to grow, and then that last couple days you see that huge spike. The Proton Pack ended up with 21,625. The PKE meter and trap did really well and funded even quicker. I think that funded within a couple days. That ended with 24,361. So if you just look at the trend line, we're looking pretty good. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Whenever you got the charts out and you're reading numbers and
Yeah.
stats, it first of all makes me feel like Ryan Hall.
Yes.
It makes me feel like we're doing something real.
Like something important almost.
Yeah. Hey, also, I want to pull up this comment because it's maybe a good point. Marty McFly, thanks for joining us, Marty. You have to take into account that the flat line will occur when Tully doesn't make it. That is a good point. That's possible.
It could happen.
Because people are like that. But I do want to say to those people, if you're in on a HasLab, if you're in on paying, the $400 for this, for this set, and one figure breaks it for you,
It's a little weird.
that's dumb. That's really dumb. Don't do that. So
yeah, I think people I think there is that little, this is the danger with an early bird campaign, right? Where if it doesn't unlock, all of a sudden there's like a psychological thing where people go, oh, it's actually not
bad.
it's not as much
yeah, they
value
start-
or whatever.
Okay, you lose $20 value. So
Right,
just
right.
Shut up.
But I do think that it's important to kind of track the trend. So the early bird ends November 2nd. So we've got
You got a week. You got a
we
little
got about
over a week.
a week from Saturday. Now, if it stays on the same course right as it is right now, 200 to 300 a day, it's going to fall short. It's going to fall short by a couple thousand. And that's where this campaign will get really interesting, because I still think it'll fund, but it might take until the last 2 days when the FOMO starts kicking in. So I think it's actually really important to try. By the way, when I say important, part of the fun of a crowdfund is it is like a community effort, right? Like we're back, Jake, you're back in these, I back too.
Yeah.
We don't get these unless other people participate, right? Like it has, even if it hits 12,000 on the dot, everybody's going to get it. But I would prefer for my own anxiety to like not stress for the next 42 days or whatever it is, 39 days.
Mhm.
So let's take a look. So early bird has to hit 12,000. That means we're less than 6,000 away from that. Doing quick math, I'm just going to say let's say we're 9 days. 6,000 divided by 9 is 666. Sweet.
Awesome.
So if we can
Perfect.
get 666 every day between now and then, that's
Jeez.
likely not going to happen. But there's a couple key events that are happening between now and then. The 1027 event is this Sunday,
Mhm.
which will be more video content around it. I believe we'll be a part of it. In fact, I know we will be. I hope so. Although
Hey, I don't know. They might cut us out.
we've been cut before. Another big thing is Emily from Hasbro is out in London at the big London Comic Con with the Ectos. So there's going to be the opportunity for people to see it in person and get video content and spread the word. So I have a feeling we're going to be in like that 9,000 range going into those last 2 days before Tully, and then it's going to be. We might have to do a countdown. Tully's Terrible Night 2.
Whew. Okay.
Jacob, what do you think? You think Tully will make it?
No, man, I don't want to be a naysayer. It doesn't look good for Tully as of right now, but like you said, it's possible maybe on that last day might be like kind of a big jump for the people who are just like there's a bunch of people out there that are like they know they're going to back it, they just haven't done it yet. There's
Right.
this is a whole month, like, and I imagine there is a good number of people who know they're going to back it and probably aren't going to end up doing it until the day of the Tully thing because they know that's when they have to do it. So there will be like an uptick on that last day,
There will be.
but you know,
Well, as somebody
the
who is,
realist in me is saying it might be tough for Tully right now.
I know that like part of this is an education campaign. Like not everybody knows what a HasLab is. Not everybody knows what crowdfunding is or how it works. As somebody who just backed 2 of these things, when you put your debit card in there, it doesn't do anything. This will not charge you until December 2nd. So,
Right.
Like we keep saying, and I think all the people watching this probably know, if you're interested in it and you want the Louis Tully, do it now. There's no hard sales pitch. There's literally no reason
There's
not
no
to.
reason not to. Yeah.
Because you can cancel it. Like if you change your mind at the end, you can get out of it. I think it's going to be close. Now we should address this too, because I think this is where it gets tough. Doc goes collecting. I hope we get Tully. Oh no, I backed the deluxe in the first 5 minutes. One heck of a value. Yeah, absolutely. But then somebody asked an important question. Here it is. Justin, the CEO of Cinema. What are the odds that Tully will still be included even if it makes it on day 15 or 16?
None. Right? None.
I can't say that.
I mean, I can't either, but like
because there's been HasLabs in the past have adjusted things based on response. There's been early birds that have been moved. There's been new tiers added.
I mean, it's possible, but this is what they're saying. These are the rules. You can't you can't hope like, oh, well, maybe if I back it after, we'll still get it. No, that's not
right.
This is what they're telling you. You have to go by this. Possible, but who knows?
Springer says next to 0 odds. They've not funded HasLabs that got close. That's
true. Yeah, remember the Rancor? It was pretty close.
Rancor got real close. Yeah, and if it backs within the first 2 weeks, no matter if you get the deluxe or not, everybody gets it. D-Bird, I keep asking and don't get a clear answer. Is the Tully shorter than the other guys? It looks like a reused body, but I really hope he's shorter. He's definitely shorter.
Yeah, he is shorter. Pat said that yesterday during Toy Anxiety in the chat that he's shorter.
He should. How tall is Rick Moranis in real life? He's like 5'2", right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Are you asking me?
Listen, Rick Moranis is 5'6". All the Ghostbusters are 6'1" to 6'2". So it's a little bit shorter. You know, like it's not going to come up to like Venkman's waist, but he's a little shorter. So there
Yeah.
you go. But maybe we can get some good. I'm sure after this weekend in London there'll be even more video and stuff like that. So anyways, I recommend everybody keep these charts on your mind, keep tracking it. I think the big takeaway for me is that it's on track with the Proton Pack, and the Proton Pack was very successful. And kind of reading between the lines, you know, we're gonna have the Hasbro folks on Toy Anxiety next week, which I'm excited about. So one of the questions that keeps getting asked is, will these be individually packed figures with the deluxe and the regular one? There hasn't been a clear answer on that yet. Most HasLabs do not have packaging for the figures. They're kind of included within the packaging of the overall thing. Kind of think like an old, you know, like when you would get a Star Wars vehicle or a G.I. Joe vehicle and it would be packed in like the corner. I think from a space issue, like having 7 boxed figures is a
Yeah,
lot.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's going to be packaged.
But
It's going to be in a little plastic bag.
yeah.
If you bought the Sentinel HasLab, that came with like 2 or 3 figures, and they're just in plastic bags. It's going to be
Yeah.
like that. I
So
would think.
we'll ask them on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then another thing people keep asking, which I think is a really good question, is are they going to re-release like the original GB1 Plasma series figures or do like an update? And I think that's actually a good question because we were talking about it on Toy Anxiety. Some of those have kind of gone up in value.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, we all know the line hasn't been in stores for 3 years.
I'm sure there's a warehouse full of them somewhere.
We gotta find that warehouse. So I'm overall like I think it's doing better than I was expecting, and I'm not really I'm more optimistic about this kind of stuff. Like I'm always like, yeah, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be huge, but like it's still a $400 Ecto-1. Like it's a big investment.
Yeah.
So are you feeling, Jake, pretty like good overall, like about the campaign?
Yeah, overall it doesn't even. I'm not even worried about it. I don't think. I think this is happening for sure. Whether we get the Tully or not, I'm not sure. But the cars, I feel like I'm already trying to figure out where they're going to go.
I know. God, they just look so good. And like, you know, I think another thing that one of my big takeaways is like to have both models out, and we talked about it, like they look close to like ready to roll. And like they always say with a HasLab, like it will improve through the development process, but it's not going to be worse than that initial model. And those models were like the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. I do feel bad though. I don't really think about the regular Ecto-1 at all. I just think about the
Yeah,
Ecto-1.
me too. Me too. It's because we don't get that very often. So that's just where your brain goes. It's more to me, it's more impressive, the Ecto-1A.
Springer says, we'll be very interested to see how easily these decals come on and off and how many times they can be applied.
I'm really curious how many people are actually flipping the decals back and forth. Like,
yeah, I just
you're
think
gonna
of
put it on and it's gonna just stay. Like, you're not getting in your toy room and playing with your toys.
I just don't. First of all, putting decal. Here's what I'll say. Let me be diplomatic. First, putting decals on a toy is, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
And it takes time, and you need tweezers, and you need lights and patience more than anything.
yeah.
And I think once I do that, there's no way I'm undo like I. And they said today, like, but they said, Springer, and it is a good question. A lot of people are asking it. All of the decals that are included with HasLabs are reapplicable vinyl decals that can be taken off and restuck up to 5 times, sometimes longer.
Yeah.
To me, on a $400 toy, it's just not worth the risk of doing that.
It's not. I also wonder if it's possible, like if somebody's gonna just make a sticker sheet once these are out, and you can probably just like,
Yeah.
because you could get on eBay and buy a sticker sheet of the original, Kenner Ecto-1 and Ecto-1A like reprint. So I wonder if somebody does that, and it's just like if you're really having that hard of a time, just make a sticker sheet. Go buy a sticker sheet. But
Well, here's the other thing. They said they're going to include some extra decals too. And then here's something we really haven't talked about at all, which once it funds, maybe we'll have, it's almost like you don't want to get too ahead of yourself, right? But I think not only are people going to be making sticker sheets, I think, just like the Proton packs where people are making all the Frozen Empire upgrades and the GB1, GB2, modification kits. I think there's going to be an afterlife kit. I think there's going to be a way
yeah,
to switch the ladder to the other side and have the gunners.
100%. Yeah.
I think you're going to have the Frozen Empire modifications. And you see people in the comments like, you should have done this. You should have done this. Like, Jacob, can we be real? At YHS, we got to be real. Okay. No punches pulled here.
Okay.
There are people who really want it and might not be able to afford it, which is 100% understandable because let's face it, I can't really. Being able to afford something and buying something are that's two different scenarios, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But people will create reasons to convince themselves that they're not going to they don't need it because there's like that insecurity of really wanting it and the FOMO and everything else. I do believe some of that is what you see in the comment.
I think that's a lot of I'm seeing a lot of comments that I'm not a psychiatrist, but
You're not?
I mean, I'm not,
should
but
be.
maybe I should be. Maybe I'm in the wrong field here. Yeah, I think
a
that's
little
I
too
think that's
direct.
happening. I think that's happening for sure.
Video Power Gaming, thanks so much for the super chat. Super chats on a Thursday. I love it.
Oh,
We
wow.
need another live video with Craig applying decals to the Ecto. Oh, that ain't happening. That is the most stress I've ever been in my life. And that was just the little, Hasbro one. So yeah, I do see people saying like, if this had Vigo, I'd consider it, or if it had a metal bumper. It's just like, guys, it's an Ecto with a conversion kit in 6 figures plus maybe a 7th and a ton of accessories. Like, this is the most robust offering they've ever had in a HasLab. Think about the Rancor. How much was the Rancor? It was over $300. It was one beast with like some cardboard backing, and it had, like, it flopped for reasons like that. But anyway, so yeah, here it is. We're going to be talking about it a whole lot. We're only going to hang out here for about another 5 minutes top. So if you guys have any other questions, get it in the chat now. We'll do some rapid fire. Jacob, what's your plan for the rest of the week? You just going to be sitting on your computer refreshing the Hasbro website like me, like a nutcase?
No, absolutely not. I won't, I'll put this aside. I believe we're going to record some YHS tomorrow.
Yep.
And then after that, I'm going to watch a double feature with my good friend, Joe Bob Briggs.
He's back.
And then that's it. That's the end of my week. Tomorrow's Friday.
There you go. It's gone up 10 since we started this stream.
Well, because of us.
I'm taking full credit. We're good for 10. We'll make shirts that say that. By the way, so the 1027 stream, it's an annual stream they do for Pulse Premium members, which the link always gets out there and anybody can usually watch it. It's I don't even think I'm a Pulse Premium member, so I don't even know if I'm going to be able to access it, but I'll figure out a way. But we filmed a little segment with the Hasbro team, taking a closer look at the Ecto while we were out at New York Comic Con. It was a lot of fun, so stay tuned for that. This Sunday at noon. So another prime spot before you start watching football at 1 o'clock. Little YHS on Hasbro Pulse. All right, so let's do a couple questions here, and then we'll get out of here. All right, here we go. Utrum Craft. Sorry. What are the chances to see Frozen Empire plasma figures after the HasLab?
I think it depends. I think if the HasLab like really overperforms and like when it funds or in the end people are like, whoa, that's more than we thought, then I think we can start thinking about more Plasma Series figures.
Yeah.
If it comes in like, right at the bar or something,
Right.
then I wouldn't get your heart set on it.
I think, the more successful this is, the more possibilities for the expansion of the line. And I could see like another wave of Plasma Series figures, but I just don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be like, here's 6 Frozen Empire figures, but I could see them doing like a Frozen Empire Gruberson or a Garaka, like stuff that we haven't gotten. But I think the time for like a full on, full court press for Plasma Series Frozen Empire probably was when the movie came out, and unfortunately it didn't happen. Although, hey, it's been 35 years and we're getting an Ecto-1A, so maybe in 30 years we'll be doing a stream. Guys, they're doing a Frozen Empire Plasma Series wave. Can you believe it? Let's see. Video Power Gaming, Jacob, what do you rate the Slimer 1 to 10, and is it a top 3 Slimer?
I would rate it, you're probably looking at like an 8.5, and that's high. Nothing gets a 10.
No,
that's pretty
impossible.
high. Top 3, yeah, I would say, especially as far as like accuracy goes, top 3, yeah, for sure.
There you go. Michael, thinking about backing 2 sets, considering repainting the uniform on the GB2 figs. Maybe that's a bad idea. No, don't do that.
Do it. No, do it. Back 2 sets.
Back 2 sets, but the charcoal suits, man. Those are where.
Yeah,
it's
but if
at.
he's got 2 sets,
He's
saying back to deluxe sets.
Back to
So
deluxe.
he has an extra. Yeah, do that.
That's
Michael,
great.
do that.
That's a great idea. It comes with so much stuff. God, it comes with so much stuff. The slime, by the way, we haven't really talked about it that much, but the slime blowers they're awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They're really, really good. And I like that the vest is connected to the slime blower, and you can remove it completely from the figure. Marty McFly, do you own the Phantasm toy Slimers? Yeah, I
do.
think we do.
Yep.
I think we do. They
We
did a
both
great
do,
job
yeah.
on that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's hard. Like those are small run 3D printed. Like, I do think that the sculpt here is really great. Docos, do you think final production figures will have pinless joints? I have no idea. I don't think so, but we can ask. We'll ask them. It's usually not my wheelhouse to be asking about like specific articulation and
Yeah,
toy design.
I think if it's not like that in the prototypes, it's probably not. That's probably not going to change, but it's possible.
Curious to know how it would scale with the Mondo figures coming out. I mean, it's the wrong Ecto, right? It's not the animated Ecto, but having said that, like, it'll scale perfectly with them. So it might be a cool looking display. So D-Bird, I'd really like a Janine figure. Next GB HasLab, her desk with Egon underneath. Yep. Confirmed.
That's it. That's what they're doing.
Spores, molds, and fungus HasLab. All right, 2 more. Licks the Mania Canadian. There we go. Sorry. Do you think it's worth it for the deluxe version? Yes.
Yeah, easy.
I mean, if you look at it, you have to look at it. It's 2024. How much are toys? Like if you look at the Sentinel and you look at the Galactus and you look at all these other projects, I definitely think this is a good value. It's right on par.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, and our last question, Jason Grahowski, what are you having for dinner, Jacob?
I'm not answering that. It's none of your business.
I'm
What are you having for dinner?
Oh God, I got a nice little. I had a peanut butter and jelly.
Pizza or something.
No, I had a peanut butter and jelly last night.
Last night? He didn't ask what you had for dinner yesterday. He said, "What are you having for dinner?" That means tonight.
Well, here's the deal. It was really good.
It's lunchtime for Craig. You're not eating dinner until midnight.
I eat lunch at 1:00. I had my pesto tortellini Amy's meal. I eat the same thing every day. Guys, this was fun. We'll do more of these. This campaign's awesome. We're going to be following it every day, and updates on our social media. Stay tuned to @YHS Podcast wherever you hang out, whether that's Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. We will be there. Jacob, anything else? Are we done?
No, I think we're done. 30 minutes exactly. Let's get out of here.
It's out of here. And our final backer count, I don't remember exactly where we started when the stream started, but we are at 6,474. I think we just lost one. we dropped one.
That one's not because of us.
That's not because of us. Somebody accidentally they thought they were buying I don't know, something else. All right. Jacob, thank you. Everybody, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks for all the people that hung out last minute. We'll see you next time. Watch the 1027 event this Sunday and see the YHS podcast. Foam at the mouth over Ecto-1s. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Bye.
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 Do I? Yes, have some.
Goodbye.
Yes, have some.